Hello guys, and welcome to your weekly instalment of Unpopular Opinions here on the Phoenix Club. Before we start, we're hoping to have a like target of 10 likes on this video. So do comment if you are watching. It would mean a lot to us, and we respond to all comments and stuff. Hand on heart, Josh there. And welcome to your weekly roast of Twitter. And we'll start quickly with our good friend Matt's Attack 9 from Twitter, saying Ryan Bertrand should be England's left back. What do we think, Josh?
It's tough. The left, but I guess both the full backs are always the tenuous position, in my opinion. I don't necessarily think that out of the contenders that are in the current England roster, I mean, just looking at Gareth Southgate's most recent squad that he picked today at the time of recording, I mean, we've got Danny Rose in there, Ben Chilwell's in there. I think that what's his face? Alexander-Arnold could even we could stick him at left back too. So I don't honestly think that Ryan Bertrand is better than any of those. And obviously, full-back, generally speaking, you can interchange which side you play on. So, again, I think even most of England's right-backs are better than Ryan Bertrand. So, in short, I don't think so. But I wouldn't be raging on Twitter if he were put at left-back, is my answer.
I'll just give you a fun fact on Ryan Bertrand, because it's one I know. I think he's the first ever player to make his Champions League debut in the final.
Oh.
And
what a final it was as well.
Apparently he was on the left wing. I think he was more like Ashley Cole's puppy at left wing back, while Ashley Cole was left back. But regardless, he can still be proud of that.
But not good enough to make your topical team sheet last week, though, instead of Jesper Blomqvist.
He still has his medal in his garage, I'm sure. Do check that out, guys. I like Jesper Blomqvist. I have a soft spot for him. But anyway.
But the only person in the entire world. Anyway, moving on.
And it's from my good friend Will Rayner. We're putting him in again, folks, because we're not getting enough opinions. So do respond. Comment any on this video. Comment on my tweets. Or tweet them out to Josh or I. We'll respond to them for sure.
Also, thanks for Walter tweeting every week, by the way. It's much appreciated.
Yeah, it is. Troy Deeney should be in the England squad. So it's another England one. And sorry about that, folks, if you're not from England or you're not interested in the England team. What do we think on this one?
No, I don't think he should be in the England team. I don't think he's good enough. I don't think he's ever been good enough. I think he's always in that rank of players that never quite makes a grade. I mean, I could actually see him being that sort of player that gets one England cap and no more. I think we're kind of talking like Darius Vassell, Michael Ricketts type player, Kevin Davis, that kind of just about get them, but aren't really gonna be breaking into the full team on a regular the first team, on a regular basis. So no, I'm afraid.
I think I just look at the players who have been picked in the past. He's definitely better than Nugent. Vassell's a tough one. I'd say he's better than Vassell. Obviously, you can't just look at that. And there's Kane, there's Rashford.
That's exactly it.
Vardy is in self-imposed exile, I guess. Do I think Deeney deserves a little go in a friendly? Yes. I mean, is he a good plan B, like a target man, which we haven't really got in Kane or Rashford? Maybe. But no, I can't see Southgate taking him seriously, sadly. Good shout, Will. Thanks for your input, mate. But I can't agree with you on this one. We can't agree on everything. But on to our final opinion, and it's the sort of main talking point, I think, after this man's jubilation last week in the Champions League. And it's from Football TJ, his first interaction on the channel. So shout out to him, one of my loyal followers on Twitter. He says that VAR will not change much in the Premier League next season. And he's talking about dodgy decisions, etc.
Right. Well, let's just look at the Champions League game with United and PSG, and you obviously you know that surely can't be true. I mean, entire seasons have been based upon that single VAR decision. So
that was a clear-cut penalty.
Whether it was or it wasn't is immaterial. The fact that it was such a big decision that was decided upon because of the use of VAR means that whether the decisions are right or wrong, they're still enforcing changes in a match, which therefore impact on an entire season. And look, United, after losing to Arsenal, granted we're still in the FA Cup, but United's main focus, I think, is on the Champions League now. PSG, because they win the league every season, that means nothing to them. They really desperately want to win the Champions League. The reason they let Emery go and they brought in Thomas Tuchel was to win the Champions League. The reason they spent so much money on Neymar and Mbappe was to win the Champions League. And the fact they haven't done that, again, because of a decision brought upon by VAR, suggests that it's so important. Again, whether the decisions are right or wrong doesn't matter in this question. The question is it going to be making changes? And I think it has to. Because every time the referee is even slightly unsure about a game-changing decision, he's going to go to VAR.
His point, I think, is also, though, is it going to make more decisions correct, in inverted commas? And I would say... Right. I would say yes and no, because I'd look at offside calls. I'd say VAR would be great for that. It'll make the arbitrary sight of linesmen sort of less relied on, and I think it will make better calls based on that. But based on penalties, free kicks, red cards, I'm not so sure. I think there is an element of an arbitrary nature to the game.
You're absolutely right. The problem is with things like fouls and red card decisions, it's always at the discretion of the referee. It doesn't matter how many cameras, it doesn't matter how many times he looks at it, because there is no clear-cut rule. If a foul is performed in a certain way, that it receives this colour card or a card at all. It's always at the discretion of the referee. But where I think, for example, the changes to the handball rules next season, where I believe no matter how it touches the arm, if it touches the arm or the hand, it's handball. So I think
your arm's outstretched, I think.
Well, yeah, but I think if it's kind of they're making it more streamlined so that there's less ambiguity. So I think from that point of view, combined with the use of VAR, I think that's going to eliminate a lot of, as I said, ambiguity and a lot of uncertainty in terms of those decisions. As you said, with offside, I think it's going to be massive. I personally don't think the offside rule's useful whatsoever. I think it's just an excuse for really bad defending. But I think that, look, referees are going to make mistakes whether they have VAR or not. I just think that the chances of them making mistakes with VAR are going to be significantly reduced, and so, in my opinion, it's going to make changes, and for the main part, for the better.
Awesome. Well, that's it for this week, guys, but I've got a final message for you before we finish today. Ooh. And it's just to thank you for your long-term support since the channel launched about a month or so ago. And we want you guys to go and tell your friends, tell your family. We're, at the time of recording, 7 off 100 subscribers.
Amazing for about, 6 weeks in now?
6 weeks in.
I think that's incredible, to be honest with you. Blowing our own trumpet, but I think that is pretty good.
And thanks to all of you guys. We wouldn't be here without you. But if you do know anyone that's interested in football, Premiership, any Chelsea content, United content that we both do get them to subscribe. It would be so much appreciated. If you drop me a DM or Josh on Twitter or on Facebook, we'll happily give you a shout out. But just thank you so much, guys, for all the support. And once we get to 100, we'll probably do a Q&A or something just to celebrate.
Party time.
Party time. But thank you for your support. Thanks for watching today. I'm Tom. This has been Josh. Thanks for watching again.